Hello, 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 hello. It's cold. It's a bit nipply out. How's everyone doing today? How is everyone doing today? Okay, we'll have to read. Ooh. How is everyone doing today? Hello, Alan. Ooh. We'll see how long the stream lasts today. Okay, just put in perspective. This has been in my desk. $11C. This is how warm this has been sitting on my desk. Okay, it's warming up because I'm holding on to it. It was -16 Celsius this morning. I have both heaters going in the garage, and we just hit 15 Celsius out here. But that's air temperature at the higher point of the room. So, yeah. I just say that it'd be chilly. Just a bit chilly out. And not the hot chili, the cold chili. -25C here. Yeah, I know. It's supposed to be, I think tomorrow it's actually supposed to go up to like negatives, like to 0. And we're supposed to get a bunch of snow. And then it's going right back down. It's going right back down. Like, I think my gloop is like solidifying out here. Can gloop freeze? I don't know if gloop can freeze. So we'll see how long the stream is today. We'll see how long I can handle the chill. -0 is colder than +0. That is true, because 0 is 0. So if you're negative, you're on the freezing side of 0, and if you're 0, you're on the positive side of 0. Andrew Rogers for the Chili Willy Fund. You have no idea how true that is. At least I'm not wearing me kilt. Might have 2 feet of snow in DC this weekend. Yeah, I don't think we're supposed to get a bunch of snow. Weather, let's see, what the weather. So right now, okay, so it was -16 this morning, high of -7. Tomorrow we're supposed to get a bunch of snow, high of -1, so it's actually gonna be a little bit colder. -25 on Friday, Celsius, -25 Celsius. How things shrink in the cold. I know, eh? Get an ice storm in Georgia. If it's anything, a PVC glue, yes, it will coagulate. Okay, so I should probably bring that inside. Speaking of, I'm still working on the power armor. I am determined to finish the power armor. So I will give you a little sneak peek. You know, this isn't proper. I just kind of super glued some stuff on it, or not super glued, hot glued some stuff on it, so that I can kind of put it on. Woo. So I got to do some fitment stuff to make sure it all fits properly. Obviously this should be up here, but I just have some like Velcro bands there, and then I got to cut some off. This I got to trim the back part here because it's sticking too far out from my back. But that is the that actually just stays there pretty good. All it is just rubber bands, so it's all got to be redone. Like, this isn't how I'm going to wear it, but I just threw it on just to see how it fits, and yeah, seems to work pretty good. My face. Also, Gloop to the rescue, I dropped this. I was working on it yesterday, and it fell off the table, and it snapped right in half. I took a whole chunk out of it, and I just slathered some Gloop in it, shoved it back together, and it's all strong now. So we're good. Hooray for Gloop. Hooray for Gloop. I love the Gloop. It's gloopy. Gloopy, gloopy, gloop. There we go. Okay. Well, here, I'll show you the video, because I tested it with the helmet when I was downstairs. I need to figure out what I'm doing for the undersuit, though. So I just grabbed an old leather coat that I've had since like high school that somehow still fits me. So I got to redo how it mounts. I got to figure out a better way to get it to, I need to figure out what I'm doing for the undersuit for the upper body. For the lower body, I have a pair of coveralls that I'm mounting everything to, and that's working good. But I think for the upper body, I need to get like, hit up like a Value Village or something. That's what we call like, you know, Goodwill, that kind of thing. And get like just a black shitty leather coat and just like crop top it, like cut it right here. Because I don't need the waist. I just need the upper body part. And then I can mount everything to that and then just have the front piece Velcro on or something. Because that way I can put like the whole upper body on as a jacket, have all the arm stuff pre-attached, have the backpack pre-attached. So I can just put it on like a jacket, zip it up, have the chest, the waist armor slats there, put the lower stuff on, and then I can just put the front on, I think. It's trying to figure out how to be able to put it together without any help is the problem. Public broadcasting. What are we talking about? CBC? What? What? Okay, so I was doing a bit of sanding, so I gotta clean the desk, and then we'll get to printer building. So today we're gonna work, hopefully we can get the Jabberwocki mounted on the V2. I haven't taken this V2 off the shelf in a while, so hopefully it comes off pretty good. Because I wanna get this done so we can start playing around with the VVD. I wanna start playing around with the VVD, so I gotta get this guy all set up. Comes off here. But I can't believe how cold it is. It is. Like, my desk is currently 9 degrees Celsius on the desk. I have 2 heaters. I have a heater right behind me that's keeping my butt warm. And then I have a heater over there that's just like one of those little shitty ceramic ones, just blasting heat. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to know what my power bill is going to be this month. I don't want to know what my power bill is going to be this month. Higher than Cheech and Chong, that's for sure. Okay, you can go over here. Woo, woo, woo. -19 in Latvia. Well, yeah, Latvia I understand. Like I know like Ukraine's cold right now. I know like a lot of Western Europe's cold right now. I've seen the videos out of Russia where like apartment buildings are like buried under snow right now in like Kamchatka or whatever. It is what it is. It's cold. But it is what it is. It is what it is, folks. Okay, let's get this out. Let's get this out. You, I think I gotta fix a broken connector here. Also, the test piece that we printed, remember how I tried to CAD something and I decided to butcher it, like instead of trying to actually do CAD, I just did it in Prusa Slicer? Yeah, it works perfectly. The Prusa Slicer modded file that I just quickly butchered to test. Yeah, it works good enough. I'm just gonna use that. Instead of like trying to do it proper, I'm just using the one that we kind of just slapped together, because guess what? It works. And if it works, it works. Heat set iron over here. The future is now. Speaking of future, announcement, I have my hotel and my flight for Smurf booked. So yeah, we're all good for Smurf. Shout out to LDO Motors for sponsoring the trip. I'm still looking for a sponsor for Rocky Mountain. I got my hotel for Rocky Mountain booked. I haven't booked the flight yet. But I do need to get a sponsor for that. So, hey, if you work for a 3D printing company or want to sponsor the trip, reach out to the DMs or the business email. Whew. So I will be in Manchester for March 7th and 8th. Well, actually, I fly out the Thursday night here. I get there Friday morning. And then I, yeah. Fly out the Thursday here, I get there Friday morning, and then I fly back Monday. So, fun times. Fun times. Okay, so we gotta put some heat sets in this. And then I gotta fix this stupid broken pin. And I think I gotta redo the pins for this too. So we might have to redo more than this. Because I think, yeah, we have to redo the pins on this. So hopefully I have the right kind of pins that I can use for this. Are these the right ones? I think these are the right ones. Yeah, so I can fix that. I can fix it. I can fix you. Cool. Am I using Happy Hair? I have no idea yet how I'm going to be controlling it. As of right now, we're just kind of whatever the they have a GitHub. They have a Discord where people are testing it, and basically right now we're just focused on getting the printer set up for it. And then once we get the printer set up for it, then I will worry about software. So we're more focused on getting the hardware for this all set up. And then once the hardware for this is all set up, then we'll fiddle around with the software. Whatever, when I check the Discord and go, hey, okay, I'm ready to play with this, whatever people recommend is working the best is what I'm going to use. Okay? So whatever is the option the people beta testing this thing say is the best is what we're going to use. I think it's the Happy Hair. I think Happy Hair is the go-to right now, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But yeah, whatever is the like go-to, I'll use. Can't believe how cold it is out here, even with all the heat going. Okay. Do I print any polycarbonate? Occasionally. I've printed it before. Just because these parts, I should have put more clearance on these parts, but a little bit extra to clean out so it sits flat. Bastard file. Make sure it's nice and flat. Go. Perfect. Now I gotta clean up those holes. Which of you? You're not the right one. Will PLA droop if holding weight over a heater but doesn't get too hot? Probably. It's not so much the glass transition temperature. A lot of plastics will start to lose their rigidity before they actually start to melt. That's something you got to kind of look out for. Have you used the ant head tool heads? I have not. I've got a Jabberwocki here that we're using for the, we're using a Jabberwocki for this, and then we're using A4Ts for the stealth changer. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's only 1:16 in the morning. How are we doing afternoons already? Okay, so that's that. So now we got to fix our wire here. So we got a broken wire I got to fix. Not a broken wire, I mean an uncrimped crimp. It's 4 o'clock UK time. Oh, well. Top of the morning to ya! Wait, that's Scottish. Or Irish. I don't know. Why don't you get some mashed peas and gravy? All my tools are cold. Everything's cold. I don't like this. And I had the heater on overnight. I have it on low. I leave this heater on all the time, and I leave it on low when I'm not out here. So it keeps the garage at around 10 Celsius. And then what I do is before I come out for a stream, or if I'm going to work out here or record a video, I'll turn it up to high like an hour or two before. And it gets the garage pretty good. Like, actually, the garage is currently at 17 Celsius. So it's actually heating up pretty good right now. It's just that initial getting it out of that, like, it was 6 this morning out here. So I was actually half tempted to try and do the stream from the basement. I was like, I'll just bring the printer downstairs. We'll just do it from the basement. And then I'm like, actually, that'd probably be a pain in the butt, because then the entire stream would be me running from the basement up here to grab tools that I forgot to bring downstairs. What temperatures can you treat? The Core 1 comfortably sits in the 50s. Even with my garage being cold as it is right now, the Core 1s, both of my Core 1s easily will get to 50. In this cold of a temperature. They normally will get to 55. And same with the Core 1L. They'll get to the 50s without any insulation. Just close the vents and just let it sit on its own temperature. It will get to 50. And it'll do that within half an hour. You don't need to wait 2 hours. Because while it doesn't have an additional chamber heater, it's actually sealed up pretty good compared to some other printers. It doesn't have a giant poop chute in the back, for example. And while there are, you know, some panel gaps in the corners, because it is made out of sheet metal and it's stamped and pressed together, they're not Tesla quality panel gaps, so they're not that big. Hoping that was a snow plow I drove by, because that sounded weird. Okay, what is this? This is the LDO Nighthawk. Fire this up. So we got to plug in. Oh, no, this is the Nighthawk 36. $20 minutes? What's 20 minutes? What's in 20 minutes? What's in 20 minutes? Okay, so we got the probe. So we got probe, positive, ground, and that. Okay, because now we have to make a new connector because we have this guy. So this is positive, ground. Okay, blue is set. So we're gonna have to take these pins out of here because this got to go into there now. Let's fix this. So I think these are the same same connector. So I might be able to leave the crimps on. I don't trust that anymore. That one's gone. The rest are good. Okay. SLS mission is moon man. Yeah, it's mooned. It's mooned, yeah. It's a mooned mission to the man. Yeah, it's manned moon mission. If it's at a time slot that I can stream, I will stream it on the Twitch. It should be pretty fun, I think. It's a night launch, though, I believe. I do believe it's a night launch. Okay, so that is... That one goes in there. Okay, signal is middle. So I don't know if it's like 3 a.m. No, I'm not going to stream it, but if it's like, you know, a 9 p.m. launch, maybe we'll try streaming it. We'll see. It's around 21:45. So yeah, so 9:45. I might stream. We'll see. We'll see. It depends what the chance of it being a scrub is, though, because the thing is, it SLS uses hydrogen, I think, in the fuel tanks, and hydrogen is a bitch to not have it leak everywhere. So making sure we don't have GSC leaks everywhere is a problem with those. No overlay? Oh shoot, why is the overlay not on? There we go. Oh, I think I turned it off because I was showing people something, and then I forgot to turn it back on. There we go. Okay. Your ground. Or at least the negative. There we go. Okay. So, you plug into here now. Then you will plug into here once we get this in. I'm hoping we have enough clearance here. We might actually have a problem here. We might have a problem here. Does you go there? Yeah, that's not going to clear. That's not going to clear by a lot. Shoot, I'm going to have to move this. We're going to have to move this up. I need to get a version of this that moves up, because that's not going to clear. That's hitting right there. How much do we got to move it up? Okay, let's get it mounted and then we'll go from there. We'll get it mounted and we'll go from there. So let's review there. Let's get the printer out on the shelf and then we will figure out how we're going to modify. Because I think we just got to, I'm just going to have to shift the mount up a bit, I think. So we'll figure it out. That on, get that on. Yeah, I'm going to have to shift that up by approximately, where's my scale? Where'd I put my scale? Where'd I put all my tools? This is the thing, it's like, I clean up the desk. We did Saturday stream, we cleaned up the desk to make room for stuff. And now it's like, where did everything go? So you're gonna go there. Easy peasy. Let me double check this. Let me just make sure this mounts. There we go. Nope. I don't think that's long enough. I'm gonna need 40s. Yeah, 40s. M340 is what we need. LH2 being a total bitch to work with, why other space? Yeah, that's why everyone's, well, it's one of the reasons everyone's kind of moved into Methalox. The answer for everything. 42 months. Dang. Also, if you are a, okay, that is, I do need 35s. If you are a channel member, a Patreon supporter, or you're lucky and somebody gives you a membership between now and the end of stream. Tomorrow we'll probably be doing the member stream. So tomorrow we'll be doing a an extra stream on the YouTube for supporters of the channel. I don't know exactly what time, probably around noon. So if you want to participate in that, gotta be a channel member. Or a Patreon supporter. Or, hey, find the Twitch channel, Nero3D on Twitch, and throw a Twitch sub to that. And then you'll get the link in Discord. Hello from Liverpool. Hello! I will be in you in 43 days. Well, in Manchester in 43 days. Really? So 35 is just like a hair too short. But 40 is fine. How does this work? I'm gonna have to chop this, aren't I? I'm gonna have to chop that. That makes no sense. How is that? Because I grabbed it. Okay, that's why, because I grabbed a 30. What are you? What are you? You're 40 long. You're 35. You're 35. So how is that not working? How do you not fit? If you're sticking out that much, whatever. Gotta sink that heat set more. Oh, shoot. Dougal gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers and appreciate it, Dougal. There we go. And I just snapped it. What snapped? Why'd you snap? How'd you snap? Okay, that's clearance, Clarence. Ah. The boss here snapped off because of the motor mount. That's why that wasn't going in, because of the stupid motor mount is just sitting on the edge of that. Shoot. Yep. Yep. It's a stupid motor mount. Like the little flange here, it was sitting on it, and that's why it wasn't going in, because it wasn't sitting flat because of that. Ah, okay. Well, we're gonna have to do some modifications anyways, because that hits that and we can't be having that. So we need how much clearance? How much clearance, Clarence? So we need, to shift our mount up approximately 10 millimeters. So we need 10 millimeters of clearance shifting the mount up. And then we also need to redesign this part to have some extra clearance there, which isn't that big of a deal. I can easily do that. Okay. So, the joys of doing non-standard stuff, eh? Don't you just love doing stuff that isn't standard? Okay, let's get this printer out. Let's rip the tool head off this printer. Okay. I don't think I have a power plug in it. Yeah, I think it's unplugged. Hopefully it's unplugged. Yeah, it's unplugged. Oh. There we go. So say hello to V2. I don't know the serial number, but it's basically a bone stock V2 kit. A V2.1 kit, I believe. Yeah, because we're trying to use the tap mount for Jabberwocki, which it doesn't exist. Somebody's working on a beta, which is what I have. And okay, should I take the doors off? I'm gonna take the doors off. Stock 2.1. It's a V2.4 R1 kit, I believe. Because the tool head, which I actually started taking off before realizing I should probably do that with the printer not on the shelf. There we go. It doesn't have a tool head PC. Well, it has a tool head PCB, but it's one of the OG styles. So it has no actual like MCU in the tool head. There's no extra MCU in the tool head. Oh, I gotta take this back panel off too. Oh, this is magnetic. I hate the magnetics. Honestly, I'm not a fan of the magnetic covers. I have them on the back of this. I don't like them because they're too easy to knock off. There we go. Should probably get a vacuum in here, clean this up. Okay, let's just clean this out quickly. Yeah, it's just a breakout board for the tool head. It's not like a Nighthawk or anything. Okay. So, I need to rip this old tool head off and put this on. So we'll start with that. Oh. Oh, it is chilly. Don't need you anymore. It's a 300. It's a 300. Basically, this is going to be a good candidate for. Actually, we might have a tool head board on there. This does have a tool head board. This does have a tool head board. This does have a tool. Okay, I see it. This does have a tool head board, but we still have the XY mount. That's what it is. That's what it was. I knew this one was weird in some way because I think this originally didn't have a tool head board and we added a tool head to it. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I built this on stream. I can go back and look at the stream how we originally built it. But I'm pretty sure we built this originally with an afterburner maybe, and then we upgraded to stealth burner at some point. Let me see what actual tool head's in this. I mean, if it's an LDO tool head, then we know it's stock. Because I still have mechanical end stops on this. So I think now the kits are sensorless. LDO Nighthawk. Yeah, no, that's a Nighthawk. Okay, so it does have a Nighthawk. Okay. Yeah, it does have a Nighthawk. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I added the Nighthawk. Yeah, I think this originally didn't have an MCU tool head board. It had just a breakout board. Because why else would it have the XY end stop pod? Because I think now the current LDO kits are sensorless. Version D still uses end stop. Does it still use end stops? Okay. It's been a while since I've actually built a V2. We built one last year, at the beginning of the year last year. So it's been over a year since I've built a V2. So, get that off. Get this umbilical off. At least on the bright side, it'll be easier to run the wires because I don't have to do too much here. So take you off because we are going to go. So this is going to stay. This drag chain is going away though. So I'm going to keep this drag chain because I'm going to keep the XY end stop pod, but we're going to go with a loopy loop for the tool head, I think, because otherwise I'd have to add a drag chain mount to this, which I don't think there are drag chain mounts to that. Okay, that's in pretty good shape. I probably should have turned the printer on and homed it so I was up higher. There we go. Okay, so let's take this tool head off. Yeah, this is definitely extra because when I printed this, all the parts were this light gray or red, and there's black parts on the tool head. So I did rebuild the tool head. What? Oh, we got a oh, that's right. This has the Peasy. This has the Revo Peasy. That's right. Yeah, this was rebuilt then because this has the E3D Revo Peasy probe, which I actually like that probe. I have to put it on something now. Uh-oh. Accidentally used my little flathead for cleaning something, and now it's covered in Bondo. How's the ProForge? I haven't been using it. I had issues with it with it dropping one of the tool heads, and I just couldn't figure out. It's got USB gremlins, so I haven't been using it. Fortunately. Oh yeah, don't break the PZ connector. Shit, that thing is sensitive. Okay. Okay, how can I undo the PZ probe? Oh my god, that is... Okay, let's see. Come on. Okay, that's that. Haha, there we go. It has this like very, very thin ribbon cable for the PZ probe. And it's like, don't break it. So we're gonna save you because I want to use you for something else. I don't know what, but I will use you for something else. Go. And then we have more sensors from the PZ probe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, is this a Galileo? Yeah, this is a Galileo. Yeah, this is definitely, we redid the tool head on this because this is a Galileo 2 extruder. Okay. Hello, DJ. I'm wondering, no, I can't just mount this on this. Could I just mount this on this? But then I'd have to swap out that to a PZ probe. Could I just mount that on there? I don't think so. Don't think I can just mount this on there. Actually, shit. Could I just mount that on there? I could cheat and just use the Peasy probe. I mean, then I'd have to replace a bunch of stuff on that to make it work, though. I don't think this will... Yeah, that... Oh, yeah, that don't mount. I can't just put that on. I mean, it kind of looks like it goes on there, but it don't. It do be how it do be, but it don't. Okay. About 3D printers, they got dismissed because it prints plastic. They are former forest rangers. Yes, what? Like, you're talking to some forest rangers and they didn't care about 3D printing because it prints plastic? That is what it is. Okay, let's loosen our AV motor mounts, or our front idlers. We got a little bit of slack there. Can we just undo this? So we're gonna have to take you off. Okay. Side gantry moved a bit on cam? What do you mean side gantry moved a bit? Nothing here is tight. Everything here is loosey-goosey. I got half of mine just to rip this out because I don't want to. Well, I'm going to have to rerun wires for a bunch of this anyways. Okay. There we go. So now, I don't think that'll fit through there. I'm wondering if it'd be easier to come up from the bottom to pull this out. Yeah, let's try that. Because I don't want to have to, I'm going to have to undo this anyways, I think, when I go to put the new wire. Or actually, no. No, I don't. I have to undo this when I go to get to that. So we'll deal with that when we get to it, but... When I built this printer? Yeah, it's been a while. Okay. So let's lock these back up so I don't break anything when I flip it on its side. And we'll take a look under the hood and see how many spider webs we got. What's it looking like under here? Oh, it's not too bad actually. We got a couple. Yeah. Dead fly. Oh, we got some spider webs. We do have some spider webs. Not too bad. What do we got? We got a Pi 3B plus. And I think this is our umbilical right here. So this was jury rigged in, so. There's that. So I could cut the end off this and just yank the whole thing through. It'd be nice and quick. Or I spend the time undoing all the wires. Because we don't need this anymore. I'm gonna need, I will need something like this, but not this, because I think this uses this adapter. So the adapter is different. We need a different adapter, Rev C. And then the new cable is similar, but not. I mean, shoot, could I just use the old cable? No, I'm not going to use the old cable. The old cable, while it, shoot. I don't trust the pinout of the old cable. I don't trust the pinout of the old cable. Because the old cable... It's a different cable. It's a different gauge. I'm not going to play with it. I'm not going to risk it. Shoot. Depin the connector. I don't have the tool to depin Molex. I don't have the tool to depin Molex, unfortunately. I wish I had the tool to depin Molex, but I do not have the tool to depin Molex. So unfortunately, I can't just easily depin it. Because that would be nice, but unfortunately, I don't have it. Because I don't think there's enough slack to pull all that. Ah, what's going to be the easiest way to do it? F it. I'm probably not going to use this tool head board again anyways, so. Snip. I can always re-crimp the connector if I need it. I can always just re-crimp it. Cables are backwards. The thing is, it's not that I don't trust the new cable, or it's not that I don't trust the new cable, just the old cable has, like this one has like the shitty style of, it doesn't really have strain, it's not a single over molded part. Whereas the new cable, especially because we're going umbilical, I want that extra reinforcement. So. Okay, so now we can do this. So let's pull you through. Cut my zip tie holder, and by zip tie. Can somebody tell me how is the weather in Manchester, UK in March? Is it better than December? Is it better than December or worse than December? Cold, damp, rainy. Okay, so it's the normal weather, normal UK weather. Okay. There we go. Now. There we go. Okay, so we have a USB-C that goes to there. So I'm going to swap this out right now with the new one. I don't know if the board revision is different, but the mount should be the same. So we'll swap this out right now while we're here. It's up north, so it's wet. Yeah, true. It's just VHB'd onto this cover plate. I don't have my other camera set up, so unfortunately I can't give you a super close-up view. But all I'm doing is swapping out one USB adapter for another one. Because it's a different revision. And I don't think there's too much of a difference. Oop, something fell. What fell? What fell? What is that? Oh, that's just an extra fuse. Fuse. How much of a difference is it between these two? There is differences. Okay, there is differences. So we are gonna roll with that. 24 volts, yeah, 24 volts. This whole machine's 24 volts. There we go. That's the old one. That's the new one. There is some differences, so I'm not gonna roll the dice. Is the pinout the same? Okay, pinout is the same. Pinout is the same. But it is a newer revision. This is the V1.4 and this is the V1.5. So we'll go with the V1.5 because newer is better. Put that there, right? That's the right one. 0.5. Okay. Okay. Oh, did I remind you guys, every stream we give away a spool of polymaker filament? There's a link to enter in the video description below. While you're down there, enter. Don't forget to like the smash button, ring the bell, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. But if you're going to go down there to enter for your chance to win some free filament, you might as well relay the courtesy of at least liking the smash button. There we go. Okay, that's that. And then we have a USB. There we go. There we go. That's a... Where does that even go to? Oh, that just literally goes just to here. Okay. I don't have that connected. I don't have the little plug back there. Should probably put that on. Okay. So that's that. Okay, we're good there. Yeah, you could tell this was originally a board that, a build that didn't have a toolhead MCU because the breakout board's all right here and it's still used for the end stops. So I love how the spiders like to make nests in the drive gears. They just love living in the drive gears. Okay, this is so I can plug in a camera if I need to. Okay, under the hood, is there anything else we should probably do under the hood while we're down here? We got the old one out. So now we got to mount this guy. And then we got to figure out what we have to modify on this to make it work. So I have to do some extra clearance. So I think that just sits there. So we can definitely do some extra clearancing there. Okay. That's that. This up. Take this tool head board off. So this drag chain is staying on. We're still gonna have this drag chain. It's just this one is gonna go to umbilical. So I'm gonna have to print the mount for an umbilical here. Does anyone know of a, you know how we have this little cover? Is there a mount that goes right here for the umbilical? For mounting an umbilical? Is there like one of these that replaces this plastic, the gray part here? I know there's umbilical mounts to make it mount to the end with like a PG7 or whatever. But I'm probably gonna have to do a fully printed one because I don't think this cable will fit through a PG7. Yeah, that's not fitting through a PG7. So I'm probably gonna have to do that 3D printed one. Okay, let's rip our carriage off. Hopefully I have enough belt here to tighten this. Oh shit, this might be a problem. Okay, we might have a problem here. Okay, how does this come off? So I'm gonna have to take this off. Valiant V gifted 2,000 Hungarian funny monies. Cheers and appreciate it. Slow chat today. Is chat slow today? It's because it's so cold. Also, it's my... Fuck. What did we do the last time we played with this thing? What did we do the last time we played with this thing? It's like, oh, we'll just put some spotting blue on here so I can transfer over some hole locations. And now I have spotting blue on my hands. And now my hands are going to be blue for the whole freaking day. Son of a bitch. I blew myself. Just the little bit of blue that was in the M3 button head screws, flatheads, have done this. Like, this shit is horrible for you. I've been smurfed. Well, at least it won't get on anything else. Okay. So this comes off. Okay. Now I gotta take our carriage off. Try not to lose me balls. I should have transferred this onto a rail, but I didn't because I'm a big brain dummy. And now, need to put this on. Use IPA for everything? Yeah, put that shit on everything. It's alcohol. Who doesn't love alcohol? Forgot how much putting these on sucks. I need a set of pliers. Maybe this will work. Okay, so that's that. Now I need some screws. Okay, let's just put this in for now so I can have something to kind of line everything up. There we go. Okay. Burn your cosplay? No, I'm not bringing it. I'm flying light. I do carry on. When I fly, unless I'm gone for like a week, I just do carry on only because my flight is here, let me actually pull up my itinerary here for my flight. It's the best. It sucks. I had to pay an extra $400 for my flight. Canadian. I could have got a flight that was $400 cheaper. The problem is it would have been like spend 8 hours in Boston on a layover on the way there, and then like spend like 16 hours in France on a layover on the way back. Like there were like no good flights. Last year and the year before I flew Iceland Air and it was great, right? Fly out of Detroit at like 9 o'clock at night, land in Keflavik in very early morning UK time, and then wake up or get on a plane in Keflavik and fly to Manchester or whatever. And it was great. But Iceland Air doesn't have those flights in March, apparently. So it'd be like fly some connecting flight from Detroit. They're not flying directly out of Detroit in March, I guess. So I have to fly like Detroit to Boston, wait 8 hours for a flight, and then Boston to Keflavik. And then on the way back, basically do the same thing, only like 12 hours or something like that. And then all the other options I had were like cheap, but like you don't get to pick your seat and you're waiting like, it's like 2 layovers and it's horrible. So my flight there right now is like leave Detroit at like in the afternoon, fly to Atlanta. I have a 1 hour layover in Atlanta to get on another flight that takes me to Manchester. And that's, I'm flying with Delta, which that's why it's much more, which sucks. And then on the way back, it's Manchester to Amsterdam, have like an hour and a half layover in Amsterdam, and then Amsterdam to Detroit. So I'm kind of peeved that I'm having to, my cost is that much more. It is what it is. But it kind of sucks how much more the flights are this year compared to last year. I was watching my live 1-year-old and you installed a Nighthawk SP USB with drag chains, and some time later you also installed it with umbilical. What's better? Doesn't matter. I like the look of drag chains. I think it's cleaner. It depends how big your printer is and how good you can cable manage the umbilical. You should be fine running the wire. Like this had the tool head going through drag chain. It just depends on your setup. Depends on your setup and what you prefer. But okay, I'm trying to straighten out these walls. Make that and that equal. Ah, frick. I'd have to actually put these in now. Who can beat negative 28 outside? It's pretty cold in like Minnesota right now, isn't it? Like I know some of the Midwest is pretty chilly. Have altered their schedules and routes due to conditions other than weather. I know. I know. I need some. Trying to get the stupid, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Okay, that one's equal. So now I need to put you in. Nope. Joys of doing belt tensioning. It's negative 11C. It was negative 16 Celsius here this morning. Also, I'm kind of peeved. I barely saw the northern lights last night. I went out. Apparently, they were supposed to be massive. I went out and, like, barely saw anything. Like, there was, like, a hint of red on the horizon, and that was it. So, I'm like, dang it. I was hoping for more. I'm actually kind of disappointed because I brought the little guy outside. And luckily, I brought him out when we were able to see just a little bit of red on the horizon. So he was all happy. But I'm like, hey, there's supposed to be northern lights. And I broke my rule with my kid. Rule of thumb, if something may happen and you want to share it with your kids, don't tell them until it happens. Because nothing is more disappointing than telling them, oh, something cool is going to happen, and then it doesn't happen, and then they get disappointed. So if they don't know, it don't hurt them. But, like, I'm like, I told them during the day, I'm like, oh, yeah, there's supposed to be the northern lights tonight, and we can go out and watch them in the backyard. And luckily, we were able to just kind of see some of it. So he was happy. But... there we go. Yeah, pictures. I know if you take a picture with your phone, you can get like slightly better, but like you can barely make out anything. This was like when I went out at like 2 in the morning. So that's about it. Don't you need your camera? No. If you need your camera to see them, it's because they're not that bright. If like I have seen them, like, one second here, tower, vault, Arctic X. Like, I took this picture a couple years back when I was in the Arctic. On a really shitty camera phone, camera phone. I think this was like a Nexus 4 or something. But yeah, like I took this picture when I was up in the Arctic, and they were like bright enough that the snow was green. Like it was that bright when I was up in the Arctic in February. So it's like, if you're gonna see them, it's probably the best place and time to see them. Hopefully I can, that might be good there. Okay. Word of advice, if you do want to see them though, before you go outside, stay in your house for a bit, turn off all the lights. Turn off all the lights in your house for like 15 minutes before you go outside. Let your eyes get adjusted for the dark and then go outside. The problem is like light pollution. If you live in the burbs like I do, there's going to be a lot of light pollution, which is going to ruin your ability to see them. So, I will say, if you do ever get the chance to see them, see them. Like, I'm happy, what was it, 2-3 years ago? We drove down south. We drove right down to Point Pelee here in Ontario, and we were able to see the total eclipse. And I'm like, we are going, and I'm taking my son and my wife, because this is probably the only time in my entire life I will be able to see a full total eclipse. Because they don't happen that often. Especially in an area where you're able to actually physically go to. Unless, you know, you're a YouTuber who makes videos of traveling. So you can make money to make videos of traveling. There we go. Is that holding it up or what? Wow, that is a big gap there. Okay, I gotta play with the tensioning on this top one. Top one's too loose. Loosen this. Is this a Fantic? It is a Fantic, and they didn't send it to me. I bought this at Costco like 2-3 years ago. They just had them on sale at Costco for like 30 bucks, and I bought the kit, and I like it. It's got enough oomph to do like M3, M5 screws, but not like a crazy amount that you're like stripping stuff. So, you posted your Northern Light. When was this from? Ooh, wow. September 25, Nunavut. Yep. This is what they were like when I was up in the Arctic. I only had my phone on me the one time to take a picture. Because when, like, it was -40. So it was like my phone stayed in a bag in my ruck back at, like, the fob, not, like, when we went out on the, I brought a not a disposable. I brought a, like a digital camera. Remember digital cameras? Remember like the cool pics? I bought one of those and I brought it with me. It lasted the exercise. The last day of the exercise, it died because it froze. Like the screen cracked, it froze. So most of the pictures that I have are from that, but like the Northern Lights, I only had my camera on me for that one picture when I was out having a smoke. But when we were like out there on the Arctic ice, it was like that at night. It was trippy. It was trippy. You want to know what's trippy? Sleeping on Arctic sea ice and hearing it crack and shatter because of tide. You want to be scared, sleep on Arctic sea ice and have the tide crack the ice under you. Okay, come on. You really don't want to come out, eh? Damn it. Shearing the stupid belt here. Need to get this top one tighter. Sleep on a Navy destroyer? Nah. I'm not cut out for the Navy. I guess that's all we're gonna get. Okay. I'll just adjust the tension manually, I guess. Dial it in. Actually, I should probably make sure all my belts are riding on the idlers good. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. Things good. We're good. Okay, that's that. I should probably, one second here, adjust the tension before I crack all these. Oh, these are loose. No wonder why. No wonder why it's racked. Actually, I might have to adjust this because I don't even think this Y end stop will hit anything now. I'm gonna have to put something on there. On the bottom. I have been on a boat in kind of rough seas, but it wasn't a big boat at all. It was like a ferry. And it wasn't like rough seas, it was just like a bad thunderstorm, so. With removable gantry, do you need to check the racking at the top and bottom? You mean like check the racking here and then move it up here? Not really. Oh. We got to replace these upper idlers. They're cracked. My upper idlers. Can you see it? Got to replace that. Okay, so add another thing to the list of things we got to fix on this guy. I mean, it's like a 3-year-old printer, so new upper idlers. Cool. There we go. Okay. Okay, do I have an extra MGN 12? Let me run downstairs and grab an MGN or an MGN 9 so I can easily slide this on, because I don't want to. You know what? Let's just roll the dice. Shoot. It's too tight. Yeah. I need to get a guide. One second. I'll be back. Okay, 1 second here. One down here. Turn this light on. GN12. If you work, you will work perfectly. Oh man. You know what sucks? It's the worst kind of cold out here. Because according to my little thing here, my thermometer, right? It's up to 19. We're up to 19 Celsius out here, okay? When I started the stream, we were at 16. So it's gone up 3 degrees. The problem is, that's the air temperature. Everything is still cold. So like the ground is 8 Celsius. So even though the air in here is kind of warm now, if like I can feel the coldness coming off my toolbox. I can like, it's cold. Okay, so let's slide this on here. So I can actually do this kind of easily. Hopefully don't lose my balls. I lost a ball. I lost my ball. Okay. Put you on there. And then line you up with that. And there we go. Okay. Horse cold is like a damp cold. Yeah, that's like the cold I'm getting right now out here. Like, my nose is cold. My nose is cold. These might be too long. Yeah, these are too long. Shoot. Oh, shoot. We might have a problem here because I might need the super, super short M3s. I know I saw some earlier. Where did I put them? Super short M3s. Where are you? I threw out the ones that I was using because they were covered in goop. And I was like, I have shorter ones. I can just use shorter ones. And I have M3.6s, and I think I need like M3 much shorters. Shoot. Let's see. What do we have here? What do we have here? M2.5. That. Uh-oh. 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 Hey, these guys will work. Near two lakes. I'm like right next to a lake. Well, not right next, but I'm like a kilometer away from a lake. There we go. Okay, I'll just use flatheads. Woo! Fish that doesn't. CO Sean, this is an outlier. I've got a Voron downstairs that's 5 years old. It doesn't have any cracked parts. Honestly, I think it's the plastic. It's yeah, this has cracked parts too. It's this gray plastic here. I don't know what brand. It might be Sparta 3D. Don't knock me. It might be Sparta 3D. But it feels dry. Does that make sense? Also, I got to reprint these front idler ones too because they're cracking too. It feels dry. Like the parts seem dry, like dry rotted. So I think it's just bad layer adhesion from this plastic. I'm going to print it in ASA and reprint them in ASA and they'll be fine. So. Light filaments usually, yep. There's a reason we don't really go. There's tap. Tap is working. Got our carriages there. Okay, so now I'm going to loosen this belt because there's no point having this tight because these are broken. So we have to remake this part now because this mounts to this, but I can't mount it to that. Well, actually, I could. I'm just, you know what? F it. Because it's a compression joint. It's that one, right? Clearance, Clarence. I'm not on Lake Erie, I'm on Lake St. Clair. Well, not, but that's the closest lake to me. There we go. Okay. Now that's cleared. Okay, now we're good. Yeah, now we're good. Okay, so let's mount this now. So you can go right here. So we're gonna need to actually open up some holes here. Because whoever designed this part didn't put clearance in it properly. It's cold. What are you, 3 mil? Okay. Thinking building a 3030 CNC should be step one building 3D printers. There are so many parts I don't want to be plastic for the final build for testing. Okay, but for yeah, like that's usually like the rule of thumb. Like there's quite a few out there of DIY 3D or CNCs that use 3D printed parts. And then what you do is once you get the machine online, you use the machine to machine like aluminum replacement parts for some of your plastic parts, your printed plastic parts, if possible. It's not always possible, depending on you know, what your CNC can actually like machine in terms of like geometry capabilities, right? But if you can do it, you do it. Okay, so now you're gonna go like this. Perfect, okay. So, this. And that. So you're gonna go here. So we're gonna need what size screw for this? I think 12? Nope, that won't work. 16s? How long is the screw? I need, if that is 12, I need 16. 16. Ah, shoot. Where's my knife? I don't know how well this is going to work. I have no idea how well this is going to work. We'll see. This might work, it might not work. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. Wait, no, that don't go there. No, that does go there. That goes like that. What the frick? Oh wait, am I doing this backwards? No. Oh, it's because of the stupid clearance of this. Yeah, I gotta raise the... that to fit. Shoot. Does that fit? Nope. I need 3/8 button head. I love using non-standard stuff. I could have just mounted it regularly and used a normal probe, but no, I want to use tap. I want to be special. Use the tap probe because taps are cool. Be Be special. And because I'm being special, I have to modify and hack everything to make it work. Okay. So that is now that. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to slide this whole shebang up, which is going to be annoying because this mount won't work. Hopefully everything kind of lines up properly and we're good. Hopefully we have enough clearance. I don't even know if these screw heads will clear. I might have to Dremel those screw heads flat. Oh, what a butchered hack job this is. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this way? Why am I doing it this way? Well, I want to tap because I'm like, oh, I have the Vitali CNC tap mount and I like it. So I'm like, I'll just use it. But now I'm like, okay. Let's get back to, okay, I need LDO Nighthawk 36 mount. LDO Nighthawk 36. I need the actual mount for this. Universal mount, Orbiter 2 mount. No, is this an Orbiter 2? What extruder is this? This is, oh shoot, Jabberwocki. I should probably go to the Jabberwocki. Jabberwocki GitHub. So this is the Jabberwocki. No, that's not what I want. Okay, there we go. STLs. So we have the mount. Or, I need the CAD. There we go. V80, Jabberwocki assembly instructions, lower. Okay, well, I think this one. Download. Because we have to shift the umbilical mount 10 millimeters up. So, our fusion. Would I bed mesh? I don't bed mesh. On these machines, I don't bed mesh. I just do quad gantry level and move on with my life. What I actually you want to know what I really do on these machines? I do a bed mesh, but I do one and I save it. Okay? Because usually my Vorons only print ABS or other hot materials, so like the beds are roughly always the same temperature. So I'll heat the bed up, I'll let it heat soak for like half an hour, and then I'll do a bed mesh, save it, and then my starting config, my starting macro is basically heat machine up, let it sit for 10 minutes, do a QGL, load the bed mesh, and print. Because the bed is usually, like, as long as you're heating the bed to roughly the same temperature, it's gonna find a flex the same amount every time, right? Now, as you get bigger, that is less consistent. So something like the Venture XL, I bed mesh it, but that also has a cartographer on it, or a beacon. So that's a bit easier. Fusion's loading. Oh, it's just too cold. It is cold. For Nevermore and filters, has anyone found Voron carbon? I don't use filters on my printers, so I can't. Somebody in chat might have to help you with that. Yeah, I think this is supposed to use like some sort of like dock-on-dock mechanism, and I don't want to use that. Okay, so let's find you. Where are you? Upper tool head. Upper tool head. Toolboard mount. Okay. Isolate. Where is isolate? Isolate. Isolate. Okay. So what we have to do is move this mount Oop, what did I do? Cancel. I have to move this hole and this hole 10 millimeters south, essentially, so that we can mount this on properly. And then we also need to reprint the front idler hooky things and then the upper Z idler mounts. Okay. So let's see how much of a bitch is going to be to move this. Can we move that, that, move? That's not on a normal. There we go. We need to go 10 millimeters this way. So where does that come down to? Right about there. So obviously we're going to have to extend this. It's like shit. So how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Okay, get rid of you. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Actually, if I move that 10 millimeters, shit, is this gonna be, wait, can I even do that? If I move that 10 millimeters up, it's still gonna hit. Because what's, oh, shit, well I don't know if this will fit. I don't know if this will fit. Because I'm worried about if I slide that up 10 mil, we're going to just hit the motor instead. Because the motor is only, shit, how am I going to do this? Yeah, that's 5 mil. So we're just gonna hit the motor instead. How am I gonna do this? Because if we move that up, then that's just gonna go to there. That might clear ever so slightly. Might clear ever so slightly. This is annoying. That is annoying. Let me see. With great difficulty. I know. I'm trying to figure out the easiest way to do this. Trying to think. Because that could clear. Like, I might just have to remove stock from the mount. Just take the mount off and just Dremel out a chunk of metal. Just do a little clearance. If I gotta do it, I will. You know what? If I gotta do it, I will. Yeah, the joys of trying to make a non-standard thing fit. Okay, so do that. That. Move. No, why aren't you? I hate when it doesn't want to move on the same. How do you make it move on the same axis? Okay. Move. There we go. We need to go 10 millimeters down. No, not all of it, just this. That. Move. Okay, it worked on the last thing we faffed around with, 10 mil. Does value not create a valid result? Try adjusting the values or changing inputs. What is going on here? I mean, fuck it. What is that? That is 6.1 millimeters. Okay. 6.1. Inspect. Okay, finish sketch. Let me just, how deep is this? Inspect. No, what? What is going on here? Am I in sketch mode? Cancel. Inspect. Why are we measuring a sketch? Oh my god, I hate doing CAD when I can barely see what I'm doing because I'm looking at it. Turn off sketches. There we go. There we go. Okay, inspect. There to there is, so there's 1 mil. 1.186, okay. And how big is this hole? Diameter 3.4. Okay, so sketches on. Circle. Ah. 3.4. Okay. Rude. We have 1.186. Extrude. -10. Cool. Okay, there's my new hole. Wait, where'd the bus go? Okay, there we go. There we go. Right there. Okay. So now this is going to be fun, because now I have to figure out how we can move this down. So another create sketch on that surface. So we'll do a line. Build that down 10 millimeters. Circle 3.4. Circle. How big was that other one? It was like, how big is the circle? 6.1. 6.1. Okay. Now, luckily, I think that's all just clearance back there, so that don't matter. I think. Yeah, that's just clearance down there. Okay. So, okay. Actually, don't need that. Extrude. How thick is this plate? 5? Join. -4.8. There we go, 4.8. Ooh, yeah. Okay. And then we load the sketch back up. Third, -1.186. Sweet. There we go. Just click the back of the plate. Oh, you can do that? Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, so now I need to put a little chamfer on the bottom. I think it's 0.5. Close enough, whatever. It's probably like 0.4, but whatever. And then don't need to see sketches. We were totally butchering this, by the way. Fillet 1.5. And actually, 1 second here. Oh yeah, there's clearance. There's clearance under there for the board to clear. Okay. Okay. Just trying to make sure, just clearance for the, how wide is this? 1 second here. How wide is this? I want to clear as much stock as I can. 25, oh shoot, that's wider than I thought. Okay, desktop. No, I don't want to finish sketch. So that's 16, so we'll do what, 8? Nope, too much. 6, 5, 4, 3. We'll do 3. 3 works. 3. Screwed. -10. 6. 5. All right, we'll punch right in. Punch right in, doesn't matter. It's clearance, right? Is that centered? Yeah, that's centered. That's centered. Yeah, because I think this has punched right through too. Yeah, for the most part. That's too much. We'll do 15. -15. -12. -10. How much does that leave there? Do 8. -8. There we go. That should be okay there. Yeah, that should be okay. Because we moved that up. Okay. Then we don't need this little guy anymore. What a mess. Go away, go away. I want to fill that. I think I just broke the whole thing. What is this? Okay, you're at. That's a mess. Oop. Edit, redo, redo, redo. 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 There we go. Okay. That. Oh, God. Okay, maybe if I get rid of that hole first. You know what? Doing this the butchy, hacky way. Ready? 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 Watch. Like that. Okay. What surface are you on? Screwed. Negative 4.8. Joint. There you go. You're gone. Okay, give me back my sketch. That, extrude, negative 8. Cool. That, fillet 5. Yes, this is butchery hackery, but it is what it is. 5, 2, 1. Okay. Put chamfers on the top here. Fillet 0.5. Fillet 0.5. I wish there was a shortcut for chamfer. Oop. This is one of the things I hate about CAD programs, is when you tell it to do something and it's like, I just can't do that. I'm like, just delete the thing. Well, no, I can't. Well, just do it. Yeah, but I can't. But just do it. Just do it. Just do it. You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? That's called a grease groove. I'm leaving it. F it. Okay. So we've changed the mount. Good enough. Good enough. That'll work. Will that work? Probably. Good enough. We've shifted the whole thing up. Does it line up anymore? No, but F it. Good enough. Body. Where is the body? That. Tool head mount. Save copy as, I don't know. Save as mesh. Toolboard mount. Modded. That can go into download. Save. Okay. Bruce the slicer. Close enough for the client. Yeah. Close enough for government work. I mean, I'm freezing out here, so we're probably gonna be pretty much as soon as we get this printer printing, or as soon as I get everything sliced and loaded on the printer, we'll probably call it there. So make sure you enter to win some polymaker filament right now. Link in the video description. Enter for your chance. We're going to be doing the draw near the end of stream, or whenever, once we get everything here kind of going. Okay. Oh, it exported the whole thing. No, I don't want the whole thing. I just want that. I just want that. There we go. Okay. Yeah, because these are extras. Yeah, okay. That we need. Save as mesh. Amount. There we go. Modded. Okay. There we go. Okay, lay you down. Butchered, but whatever. Okay, so that goes there. Now, we need to go Voron GitHub, Voron V2, STLs, so Z drive, upper idler, Z tensioner, is that what it is? No. Z drive, Z up, Z upper, there we go. So we need to print some of these. And then what else was it? The front idlers. Gantry, front idlers, tensioner right, tensioner left. So download one of those. Download one of those. Copy 1, 2, 3. Booyah. Okay, so this is core 1 with a high flow nozzle. Just make sure. So I need to print 4 of those. I'll replace all 4 of these. That needs to be replaced. That needs to be replaced. Anything else on here kind of gunky? I still have my ZN switch in here too. We could just not use a probe and just go with a ZN stop and just manually level the bed. Okay, I think everything else is pretty healthy. Yeah, the red parts are fine. It's just these gray parts, and they're only structural in the upper idlers and the front idlers. Everything else is not an accent part, so I don't need to worry about it. Like all the motor mounts are good, I think. Let me double check, considering we had to fix a bunch of motor mounts on the other one. Yeah, so these are proper V2.4 Z drives, because the stealth changer ones were beta ones. That's why they had issues. Okay, so we're good there. Okay, so print those. There we go. So Prism ASA balanced profile, 40% infill, 5 walls, 5 top, 5 bottom, 5 perimeters, 4 perimeters, 40% infill. Now, all the belts routed correctly. Should. This is loose as shit because it's cracked. But there we go. Okay, send to connect. 411. Set ready and print. There we go. Woo! Okay, so unfortunately we can't mount this yet, which is kind of annoying. But it is what it is. Is what it is. I mean, it'll look cool when it's all done. But for now, I gotta mount that, and then I gotta try and make sure it works. Oh, there's a software update. Who cares? Continue. Okay. Whew. Vents are closed. Okay. So I think that's about it. Unfortunately, that's about as far as we can go right now, because I need to get that mounted. I can't really do anything until we get that tool head mounted. So hopefully the printed parts work. So if you're wondering what we're going to be doing on the members stream tomorrow, we're going to be faffing around with this to make sure it's ready to go carry on so that we can actually set it all up on Friday. Do you guys want to do open floor for the next like 10-15 minutes, and then we'll do the giveaway? Okay, what do you guys want to yap about? What is it cool and exciting in 3D printing you guys want me to take a look at? Ooh, it is cold. It sucks because I want to be working on the other side of the garage to get the paint booth set up so I can start sanding stuff for the power armor and get the upper body stuff like prepped and ready for paint. But I got to open the garage door to build a bunch of stuff, and I can't open the garage door with it being this cold. It sucks. Like, how cold is it on the other side of the garage? On the other side of the garage, let me check. Let me check. On the other side of the garage right now, well, I mean, I could just look at the printer. The Venture XL is 12 degrees Celsius on the hot end. It is 12 degrees Celsius on the hot end of the Venture XL right now. That is it's a bit nipply out. 12 degrees Celsius. There's 70F in San Diego. Oh, it's only 70F in San Diego. Set all my min temps. I have all my printers set to a min temp of like -5 Celsius. I have to, because the amount of times I've come out into the garage to try and start a print, like in here, is there a fan going? I think the electronics fans are going on this, because that ain't going. Yeah, those fans ain't going. Yeah, so that's the other fan going. Yeah, this printer is 18. This Prusa is at 19. So the Prusas are at 19. The Prusas aren't too bad. Prusas aren't too bad. This guy's at 19 as well. So these ones aren't too bad. It's on the other side of the garage. It's the let me pull it up here. Venture XL. Yeah, the Venture XL is the beds are 12. Hot end's 15. And the hot end's a little insulated, so. Ooh, chilly. They have 4 in Boston. Ooh. So we'll do the giveaway at 1:15. We'll do the giveaway at 1:15. So if you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, link in the video description. Scroll down there, go down there, enter for your chance. We'll do the draw at 1:15. While you're down there, don't forget to like the smash button, ring the bell, subscribe if you're not subscribed. And if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member, Patreon supporter, or if you're really cool, gifting memberships to others. Tomorrow, there will be a channel member stream only. So if you're a channel member or Patreon supporter, or Twitch sub, there'll be a members only stream tomorrow. So either become a channel member for $2 a month today, or hopefully somebody gives you a membership if you're lucky, if somebody's feeling generous. Woo. What time? Probably around noon. So tomorrow, I got to get up. I got to bring the little guy to school. Then me and the wifey, we got to do Costco. And then when we come back, we got to watch Fallout. And then after that, I'll do the member stream. So. Yeah, we watched the Fallout show. The thing is, because I'm like terminally online, I gotta watch the show as soon as it comes out, otherwise I get spoiled. So it's like I gotta Watch it right away. Also, is there any drama right now with the Centauri Carbon 2? Elegoo reached out, and I might take one because I haven't taken a printer to look at in a while, like an off-the-shelf printer. And Elegoo's like, "Hey, are you interested in taking a look at the Centauri Carbon 2?" So, might take a look at that. Not yet. Okay. Is it a real email from them? Oh yeah, it's a real email from them. Okay, I'll reply. I will reply and be like, "Yo, send me stuff." Gonna be released in 6 days, apparently. Ooh, well, best get on it. People are mad just because the CC2 is coming out before the CC gets multicolor. Honestly, like, it sucks. It sucks when that happens. But this is why I always say, especially with first gen products from a 3D printer company, you are the beta tester. If you buy a brand new printer from a company within like the first 6 months and it's like a brand new thing that they've never done before, you are a beta tester. Like, very rarely. There's a few companies obviously that doesn't apply to. At least, like, let's be honest, Bamboo machines have been pretty solid on launch after the initial issues. But like, you know, if Bamboo were to come out with a brand new printer tomorrow, like an A2, you're probably guaranteed it's going to be a pretty solid machine. Same with Prusa. You know, Prusa comes out with a machine. Yeah, the XL had teething issues. We all know that. But like the Core 1 and the Core 1L launch were pretty damn solid. So even the Mark 4S was pretty solid. Even the Mark 4 was pretty solid, I think. I don't think there was any... Like, I think the XL is really the biggest kerfuffle of a launch Prusa's had. And honestly, if you waited a little bit, it was fine. The Magneto? The Magneto, yeah. The Magneto is definitely a tinkerer's machine. There's a reason they stopped making them. From my understanding, they can't get the linear rails anymore. The linear motors are not available anymore from their supplier where they were getting the linear motors. At the cost that they cost now, it's not viable. That's why it hasn't been in stock for a while, because they, unfortunately, I think it's EOL'd. The Centauri Carbon. Yeah, if you were looking for just a cheap, basic, you know, a basic bitch enclosed Core XY, Centauri Carbon's a great option. It's just the multicolor was kind of, you know, not exactly... Like, I honestly, if you had told me, like, oh, they're going to come out with a cheap multicolor option in a year, I'd be like, I mean, just put a box drill on it. How hard could that be? So on the bright side, how much do I got to do? So we got to add a little block back here so that this will hit the end stop. So that won't be too bad. We got to figure out how to get this mounted. And how we're going to get it mounted, we're going to use our special friend. And by special friend, Dremel 8220 with cutoff wheel. And we'll just, you know, oh no, this is hitting the motor mount. Excuse me. If it works, it works. Closed loop. Closed loop is cool. The thing with closed loop, you have to understand, it is nice to have if something goes wrong, but it is not that hard to tune a printer to not have stuff go wrong. Like, I'll be honest, layer skips are not a thing I really experience. I've had a layer shift on the Prusa. I've had a layer shift on the Core 1. Both of them were related to filament like running out, the machine sitting for a while, and then resuming. Okay? So what that means is I don't think it was a layer shift. I think it was just like things kind of moved because the temperatures kind of dropped and everything kind of moved, and then it resumed printing, and then it kind of just went, everything kind of was like that. Those are like the last 2 layer shifts I know of. The Venture XL, because it ran out of filament and the bed actually turned off. Luckily I caught it before it got too cold, but it like paused. I was taking a nap. I woke up and I went, oh shit, I got to refill the printer. And the bed was down to like 60 when it used to be 85. So I filled it back up. I hit resume and it started going, and there's like a minuscule layer shift. And I'm like, I don't think that's a layer shift. I think it's just that. And then the Core 1L, I had a print. I thought it finished. It didn't finish. So I reloaded it because it literally ran out of filament with like 10% of the print left or something, according to the clock. So it sat for like 18 hours before it resumed the print. And there was a layer shift, and the objects I were printing were tall and skinny. So yeah. Yeah, normal filament run out swaps. Like if I catch it right away, like if, you know, I get the notification, oh, it ran out, and I swap it and it resumes, no issues. But, you know, letting it sit there for 18 hours in a garage that has pretty drastic temperature changes probably had something to do with it, I think. So, like right now, we're waiting on this Core 1 to heat up, and right now inside the chamber, it's 38 Celsius. So. Closed loop can correct for overshoot, undershoot, not good for extruder. Yeah. Woo. Okay, are we gonna do the giveaway? Everyone entered to win some polymaker filament? Everyone entered to win some polymaker filament? Let's give away some polymaker filament. Oh, 1 second. Do I gotta ban some people from the Voron Discord? God damn it. There's these stupid bots that have been coming back, and the bots have a new trick. The bots have a new trick. What they do is, because you have certain phrases, right? In case you haven't noticed, a lot of the bots are crypto, like crypto and scams, and they all kind of like AI, especially. Like, oh, I'm putting together a company for AI developers and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, it's obviously a bot. So you can ban certain phrases that these bots use a lot. The bots have kind of just moved to posting pictures now, where they just post like 4 pictures of screenshots of what they want to say. And it's much harder to block that without like blocking everything. So. Oh shit, I should have printed this too. I should have printed this. Okay, I gotta print this so I can put the umbilical on. Okay. Okay, let's do this giveaway. Responses, published, no more responses, save, link to sheet, create. I can't believe how cold it is. My nose is cold. My nose is cold. I don't want to know what my power bill is going to be next month. Also, apparently the heat pump I was looking at doesn't work when it gets this cold out. I was going to get a heat pump for the garage for heating and cooling. But apparently, like, when it's this cold out, it doesn't really heat. So you have to use electric heating anyways. So it's like, well, then what was the point? At least the one I was looking at, unless there's like another one I should have been looking at. So I have my little plug-in AC unit for the summer, which works great. And then in the winter, I just use electric heating because I'd be using electric heating anyways. No, cancel. I don't want to pay. I don't want, who pays for marbles? Race. Okay, let's add our bots, which are you guys. You guys are the bots. 225, random. Oh, we've done this one too many times. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one. I don't know what this one is. 225. Play. A mini split. Yeah, maybe I was reading the wrong thing then. Maybe it was the mini split is what I need. Or I think it was the mini split. So maybe I was reading something about heat pumps thinking it was mini splits. But I'm actually, the setup I have right now actually works pretty good. Because the thing is, I don't want to run whatever I install out here, I don't want to run it all the time. There's no point keeping my garage 20 degrees Celsius when I'm not out here. So having like little, yeah, I know mini splits are heat pumps, but I think they're a slightly different kind. Okay, I'm back. I have no idea what I was talking about. I was talking with my wife. Okay. I was talking with my wife. You guys don't need to hear that. My wife's work, she has to book off her vacation time for the year. So how it works, she now has 4 weeks of vacation, but she has to book it off in like, so she has 4 weeks of vacation, and then she has like another week or so, like another 7 days of like anytime days. So we have to like look at our schedule and figure out when all the 3D printing events are to figure out like what days she has to book like a Friday off, and then what days she has to book like a whole week off. Plus this week this year in the summer, we're going away for like 2 weeks for a big family trip. We're taking the little guy out to Nova Scotia and all that. So we're just making sure we have all the dates that she can book off set up properly. Okay, how this works is if you win, you get a free spool of filament from Polymaker. But if I pick your ball and you win, you get a free hat. And because it's all dark and it's hard to see, I'm just going to go with one of these ones up front. Who is it? Who is this one right here? Mike Teo. If you win, you get a free hat from me. Good luck. Why is the finish line here? Oh, it's a race. James Kerbel, you are in dead last. But it says you're in the lead because it's a race. There we go. Who's in the lead? There we go. I can't see anything. It's dark. Why did I do a night course? Exclamation mark zoom makes your ball go faster. Exclamation mark gullible makes everyone else go slower. Like the smash button, ring the bell, and be subscribed to the channel. It will grease your ball up and make it go faster. I can't see shit. If you can't see it, I can't see it because I have studio lights on. What in the name of Mario Kart is this? This is a freaking Mario Kart. Barry's in the lead. Come on, Barry. You got this, Barry. You got this, Barry. Come on, Barry. You got this. No, Barry. No, go, Barry. Go. Go, Barry. Go. Go. Oh. Oh, 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 oh. Who's going to be it? Who's going to be one? Who's going to be the one? Ah! Wick Central. Wick Central with the win. Wiki Wild Wild West. Jim West. Desperado. Rough Rider. No, you don't want none of this. And the run is Giant Spider. Okay, congratulations, Wick Central. You have won yourself a spool of filament from Polymaker. You will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament from Polymaker. Congratulations. Golf claps in chat. Golf claps in chat. Woo. Okay. So again, be on the lookout for notification. Tomorrow, probably around noon, there will be a channel member stream on the channel. So if you're a channel member, a Patreon supporter, if you lucked out and somebody gifted you a membership, or you find the Twitch channel and either sub to my Twitch account or make Jeff Bezos do it, link your Amazon account and your Twitch account and make Jeff Bezos pay for that. Links will be in the member section of the Discord, or if you're a YouTube member, you'll get a notification proper through YouTube. So that will be tomorrow. Friday will be a fun little Twitch stream. And then, or correction, Thursday will be a fun little Twitch stream. And then Friday we will hopefully be, I'm hoping I can get the tool head mounted on this tomorrow. Tomorrow on the member stream, we're going to work on trying to get this tool head mounted. And then hopefully Friday we can actually do some configuration and hopefully get this printer moving. Because if we can get this printer set up and moving and everything, then we can start actually playing around with the Big Tree Tech VVD, which will be fun. What are the panel clips? They are the snap clips. I don't know what, I don't have a link to them on hand. You'll have to like search them, but they're the snap ones. If you take your panels off a lot, these ones are nice. They're more complicated and finicky to put together because you have to actually pre-assemble them with like some like filament and whatnot. And they take a lot to print because they're 3 parts each. But if you take your panels off a lot, they are nice to have. Okay, so I sent the, Wick, you got your email. I sent the email, so you should be good there. So we're gonna call it there. I wanna give a huge shout out to LDO Motors for providing the Jabberwocki kit that we are using in this build series. Also shout out to Vitaly for the CNC tap mount. I know he sent me this a while ago and I already used it in another printer, but we're reusing it on this because why not? It's pretty cool. Go check it out. And then shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament we gave away in this stream and every stream. And guess what? We're printing with it right now. I'm printing Polymaker ASA to print the parts that broke on here. And for those that donate to the channel, gifted memberships to others, or became a member of the channel yourself, I thank you. Would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create without your continued support. You make it all possible. Check out the links in the video description, affiliate links, some of them, like the GamerSupps one, use code Canuck, save some money as well. It is Tuesday, it is cold, be safe out there, be warm out there, wash your hands, and I will see you in the future. Good night.